Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Toon review for tonight's transfer show, and a little bit of news to talk about as well. Obviously, carrying on from the news video that I did earlier on today. But good evening, everybody. My name is Paul, joined by Stato and a very, very Christmassy, as usual, Lady Sam. If you do enjoy tonight's show, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And of course, if you are new to the channel and like what you see, we are very rapidly heading towards 34,000 subscribers. So please do subscribe if you're new. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload or a live show. And of course, the usual applies. You can support the channel in the usual two ways. First of all, membership, which is the join button just underneath the three of us. And of course, super chats are available. That's the $sign under the live chat. And that will guarantee your comment to be read out live on the show. And also a big thanks to our sponsors, Mamaroo Records, based in Whitley Bay. Of course, if you're ever in the town centre, go and visit Steve. Vinyl, various music merchandise, sporting merchandise. He's got all sorts, gift cards, the whole shebang. Tell him that you watch the Toon review, and I'm sure we'll do some fantastic deals for you. If you can't get into the shop, they are online as well. That is pinned at the top of the description, alongside our sister channel, TTR Xtra, the home of football. Everything football away from Newcastle United, of course. So please subscribe to that channel as well. Good evening, colleagues.
Good evening.
And good evening to all those in viewland.
There you go. There you go. Right. We're going to start off with Sandro Tonali, because I think this has upset a lot of people, a lot of Newcastle United fans. It seems the old Italian media have been up to their usual tricks, trying to cause stories that aren't particular there. Now, we did see earlier on today, there was a picture on social media of Sandro visiting a hospital and looking very happy with his life, it has to be said. But Alex, this has come about because he's unhappy, apparently, and my camera's gone again. I do apologize if this keeps happening, guys. There is nothing I can do about it. It is, I think I've got a dodgy connection. Alex, do you want to take over just while I fix this and explain the situation in more detail?
Yeah, so for anybody who hasn't heard, apparently Sandro's not happy in the black and white. So it's come from the Italian media, from La Gazzetta dello Sport, which that lovely publication that created a lot of lies and drama. And I'm quite confident in saying lies, because it was surrounding the Botman situation. There was a lot of nasty things said about the club, and then it carried on during the Tonali saga as well, and then during the Champions League fixtures. And it's been a little while, and somebody's decided that maybe things are a bit boring in Milan, and it is Carlo Laudisa, a journalist for Gazzetta dello Sport. And he has published this article seemingly out of nowhere. And I've read the full thing. I've translated the full thing. There's no source. It's basically he's made an assumption that Sandro's not happy, and he states that in the article further down. But then he's clickbaited the hell out of it by basically saying that Sandro is unhappy. Milan on the cards. I'll let you guys maybe contribute to this a little bit and let the dust settle, but I've got some excerpts from him, and he is quite a specimen, shall we say.
We just got a couple of comments to read out. Toonman144, been a member for an incredible 35 months on the channel. Thank you very much for your support. Hi, everyone. Hope all is well. And Peter Bjordford, who's been a member for 20 months on the channel now. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're all well out in the TTR world. Sam, what do you make of all this?
Tosh it.
Yeah.
Absolute tosh. I mean, but what's fueled the fire and made people think, oh yeah, totally can see that. Yeah, he's off, because he's been benched with, you know, Longstaff ahead of him. And no disrespect, you know, Longstaff has been a tool in the box. He's been there when we've needed him. He's been played through injury last season as well, and credit to him for that, when we didn't realize that he was injured that badly. But you're going to be pretty upset being, you know, the stallion that he is, and not getting the starts that we've all certainly expected as fans. So that's only just fueled the fire from this article, in my opinion.
Trolls, thank you for gifting 5 Toon Review memberships. That is very, very kind, my man. A big donator of memberships is Trolls. Thank you again. Do you want to bring the article up, Alex? Because, let's just...
it is all in Italian, so I've translated it.
Well, because...
Of course you have.
Of course you have, Alex. We wouldn't expect
I can
anything
screen
else.
share the Italian article if you want, but unless I'm sure we've got some very talented viewers.
No, that's fine, mate. You just translate away, bud. You translate away.
So there's a few bits from this. So something is broken in Newcastle. Sandro Tonali
like my fucking camera, Alex.
Like your camera, exactly.
Bear with us a sec.
Sandro Tonali now feels like he is passing through despite his contract running until 2028. He has now played a supporting role in the English club, unlike his previous satisfactions with the Azzurri, given that Spalletti had placed his trust in him. So that's the first bit, basically stating Tonali now feels like he is just passing through. So that's the journalist's words. There's no basis for that at all. He's just saying things.
Oh, look at where Paul's camera's frozen on. That's hilarious. That is Paul's Christmas card.
It's
Merry
a happy
Christmas
shot, to be fair.
from TTR.
Aren't I just so bloody cute, man? Come
You're
on.
just
Nice
adorable.
big smile
Sorry,
on your
Alex.
face.
I can
Carry on,
let that
Alex.
It gets even worse, guys. So much so that it's making me cough. It's that laughable. So there is a lot of nostalgia, and evidently the city in the northeast of England makes him sad. This is a Google translation, so it's obviously going to be a bit primitive, but it's still pretty bad. And then he's talked about recent theorized transfer rumors, which I've not actually seen any recently. So that this guy's just pulled this from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you've got in these English months, Coach Howe considers his contribution to the team insufficient, given that in 13 appearances in the Premier League, he started from the bench 7 times. Real leftovers of esteem. Again, Google Translation's fantastic there, really bad. And then they've taken some swings at us a little bit as well.
Get away.
If last season the Bianconeri qualified for the Champions League, the current championship has started with a mediocre way. 12th place gives no hope of dreams and glory. And meanwhile, and they've even had a pop at the owners. They've even had a pop at our owners. And he said, in the meantime, even the fans are starting to murmur that they perceive a fatal downsizing of the goals in the Saudi ownership. So they've literally had a pop at Eddie Howe, at Tonali, at the club, at the fans, and at the PIF and the Reuben brothers. They've basically I don't know who this guy thinks he is. He's called Carlo, but Mr. Laudisa, but there's not. It's much of the same, to be honest. It's much of the same, and he goes on to say that 9 million salary too expensive. A loan might be appropriate so he can return to his beloved Milan. And his name, guys, is Carlo Laudisa for La Gazzetta dello Sport, Italian media who have obviously fed us a lot of lies about Botman and about Tonali previously and been very vicious, as has Calcio de Mercato as well. They've been equally quite venomous. And it's just such poor form, because I always consider Italy as quite a lovely, classy country with a tradition and the history. And I find their journalists to be very distasteful. I've not enjoyed anything that, they've got that Alessandro guy that I had a massive falling out with, that despite being a tiny, tiny, tiny little journalist and just constantly slagging off the region in its entirety, just got a press pass and to visit St. James's Park and pretend like he hadn't been slagging off the club, Ari Botman, for the previous 12 months. Really strange, but...
Look, I understand why these rumors have or reports have appeared, because they're just trying to put 2 and 2 together. Obviously, Sandro's sitting on his bench. He's sitting there watching Longstaff for quite a few games ahead of him, thinking, what the hell is going on here? Trolls, thank you for gifting another 5 Toon Review memberships. That is very kind, my friend.
'Tis the season.
Tis the season, yes.
Just to add a little cherry on the cake.
The last
no mention of the gambling. Oh, go on, Sam.
The last is a 1-0 down.
The 1-0 down for an own goal.
Oh,
dear.
that's not good. That's not good.
Hannah Greenwood, she's got our first brace for us against Middlesbrough, and now an own goal. Nightmare for her. We'll discuss it on Tuesday. Anyway, carry on. Sorry.
Oh dear.
Just I think
top,
Monty Magpie's a bit sad that he hasn't been given a free membership. Have you actually? Yeah, you have to put something into YouTube to receive a free membership. So I don't know whether you have or not.
Yeah, I think there is a strange setting to like be eligible to receive free memberships. Yeah. There might be something like that somewhere.
That's right.
But just an important point to reference: this guy has not mentioned. He's not even made a tiny mention of the fact that we've supported him through a lengthy ban that was of his own doing, essentially. Yeah. Whether it's an addiction, an affliction, whatever it is.
Whoa! We've scored against Man United.
Sorry. Yes. Great.
Wow.
Get in.
Hey, gun on the lasses.
Cooper, get
1-1 against the WSL Manchester United. Holy shit. Anthony Stafford, thank you for gifting 5 Toon Review memberships as well. That is very kind, my friend. Thank you so much for that. Right. We'll move on from that because Alex did want his piece on that because he wanted to have a go at. I mean, I can just. Tom said before there, which was a very good comment. If I can go back and find it, he says you could picture Alex sitting outside a cafe in some Italian plaza with a huge gelato, or gelato, however you want to say it, going through the Italian papers. Yes, like they did on.
Dreams are shattered, Tom, because it's just all lies. It's a shame.
I mean,
if it was proper football stuff, I'd love it. But
the Italian press do not like Newcastle United. I think
don't.
We're all in agreement with that because the whole Botman saga as well. It's a load of bollocks, guys. However, what seems to be a talking point today is the Telegraph came out with a report this morning, which I did my video on earlier on. St James's Park. The Telegraph are reporting that it's number one option for PIF to stay at St James's and turn the Gallagher end into a superstructure, a super stand, similar to what they have in Dortmund on the yellow wall. Now, since I've done that video, I've had a lot of comments come back of fans saying that the PIF, if that's the option they're going down, have lost interest. Because I think a lot of fans had suddenly wanted a super stadium for revenue, etc. We're not quite going to get the revenue if they do just build onto the Gallagher end. The revenue is not going to make much difference for 12,000 fans. It's a little strange to me. I know an official decision hasn't been announced yet, and of course we will wait for Newcastle United, whatever this official announcement is in March. It was just an interesting talking point, that's all, because obviously the Telegraph claim they've seen plans.
Could be.
I mean, I want a new stadium. I really do. I think that's the only way the club moves forward with revenue, etc. I don't know how you guys feel.
I think the problem for me is that we all probably talked it to death in terms of the pros and cons for it, the nostalgia of staying, but the opportunity of going and building something new for revenue, which continues to be the thorn in the side for how we perform as a team, and always is, signposted back to, well, we need revenue to buy players, we need revenue to stay compliant, all that lovely stuff. And now hearing that that's the number one option, it seems odd. Is it based on an assumption? Like, is this something that's come out of the fan advisory board? I don't remember getting my Newcastle United survey. Would you like to stay or go? And oddly enough, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, they did the live evening that was hosted at the Stack. One of the questions was actually put to, I think it was Mitchell and the rest of the team, and I think Eels might have been there as well. I don't know. I didn't attend. But it was about, like, how do you feel about moving from St James's Park? And they were surprised by people saying that they were largely in favour for it. They said we were surprised by that. So is this made on a big assumption that we all just are so wedded to the cathedral on the hill that we can't possibly move from it? I would be disappointed if we don't now move, because the thought of a huge complex, a massive stadium, 65,000 seats, we're going to sell that out, no problem at all. Like, how much of an increase in season tickets is that going to be? Not a great deal.
I mean, look, I'm all for these huge stands and things like that. I mean, a black and white wall would be incredible. Key88, thank you for signing up to the Toon Review membership. That is very kind. Welcome to the club. But the stuff that's going on with the East Stand and how they can't build onto that. I mean, it's going to be a bit weird having three massive structures and then this little stand on the side of the pitch. It'll look a bit, well, out of sync, to say the least. Yeah.
There's no synergy to it. I wanted streamline. I wanted a beautiful stadium and lights, and it was just going to look phenomenal. And I just don't. I don't know how this is going to look.
I guess the Pug's made its mind up as well.
Yeah, she's not happy.
Yeah, the whole thing is weird to me. Because it says in the report that they're going to make this some kind of super stand, which is going to be one of the biggest stands in the world football. So I don't know. I'm not sure I'm too happy about it. Alexander Allard, thank you for your super chat. It's like being told you're going to Disney only to find out you're going to a random carnival. I mean, there's a lot of backlash about this, Alex. I mean, we don't know if we don't know if it is the number one option or not, but that's what they said in the report. It's their number one option to stay.
No idea, because we've been fed one version of it, and then a few months later it dies down, and we get fed a different version. We're staying, we're going, we're investigating, we're going to expand or change or just move the stadium slightly or rotate a pitch, and then we're going to build an entire new stadium next to it or somewhere else. Mm-hmm. We've had so many different versions of this, and it's really difficult to know which direction we're going to go in, especially because the journalists keep kind of. Well, then now this has come out today. It's a bit different. Is this a dead cert? Is this no idea? Maybe it's still just checking. But I kind of agree with Sam to a point. I think if they're going to make a huge improvement to some like the Gallagher specifically as well, you've got to do the whole stadium. You've got to look into increasing the East Stand. You've got to balance it. You've got to restructure the whole thing. You've got to make sure it's uniform.
I'm still
refresh everything as well.
Sudden camera.
And I don't know if they'll do that. And I'm a little bit confused about the Gallagher, because isn't there where does the Metro run under specifically? Is it not? Is there not like a bit of an issue with structural integrity near the stadium? Do they not have to be careful with building? Is there? And then I know there's obviously
there will, but I think that's obviously been flushed out in the feasibility report. So it mustn't be. I mean, we don't know the number one option for what? Ease, the number one option of choice of X, Y, and Z. They've seen the number one option to create this wall based on if we just stay at St. James's Park. They haven't elaborated on anything, so I don't think
they can't
we should
just
all
be
get
a wall.
No, exactly. So I think again, it's a wait and see type of thing, but it could be the number one option if we were to stay at St. James's Park. Like, I don't know the wording exactly, but it might not be the number one option in its totality because the rest of the assessments haven't been complete.
Yeah. Ian Toon Trader says, what a load of bollocks from the Italians again, talking about Tonali, of course. Clone Lad's been a member for 2 years now on the channel. Thank you so much for your support. Our expanded stadium will look like the team on the pitch, lopsided on one side. John Adams, thank you for yours. I've been over 25k in a queue, members only, trying to get a ticket on general sale. The report you mentioned, staying at St. James's Park, was for 65,000 seats. Yeah, which is 12,000 more than what we already have. Nick Thornton, thank you for yours. They said in the stack that the decision will be made in January and both options were being presented to the PIF board. Massive pinch of salt needed. Yeah, obviously, yeah. Listen, I'm not saying either way what's going to happen at all because we don't know. And I will wait till the club make an official announcement. They said early next year. Let's just wait. But it's a talking point, isn't it? Because it's in the news. So we talk about what's in the news, whether we like it or not. Or believe it or not, it's a talking point, and it's interesting to gauge where the fans are at, because I think, Sam, the problem is a lot of fans now have their hearts on a new stadium.
Yeah, and why shouldn't we? It's tough supporting Newcastle. We want a shiny new stadium, and I'm going to kick and scream until I get it now. Like, I feel like this gorgeous stadium carrot has been dangled.
Yeah.
And now we're getting an upgrade. We're getting like a mezzanine floor essentially, and we talked about this once in a lifetime billion investment and all of that great stuff that can really showcase where we believe we are as a club, and showcase the history. And yeah, a 65,000 upgrade is what that sounds like to me.
Well, people in the chat have requested a poll, so it's simple. New stadium, yes or no? Let's see how you guys feel about it. James says, come on, Paul, we ain't going to build... my camera's going to get... What's going on with this, man? Come on, Paul, we ain't going to build a 30k stand to outdo Dortmund's 25k yellow wall.
No,
I don't know. Maybe we are.
You never know.
That's what they're planning. I mean, it's a lot of fans, Alex, to get into one end of the stadium, especially where the Gallagher is, of course.
Well, if they can do it, they can do it. Why not? I mean, we keep talking about all of this, trying not to be too entitled, and obviously it's a project. However, the chairman did sit down, and let's not forget, I appreciate we had Amanda with these comments, but we did have a proper interview from the chairman with his special NUFC line suit, where he sat down and he said, we are going to be the #1 club in the world. That is what the goal is. So he's put that out there. He didn't have to. So for Simon Jordan and certain aspects of the media to say, we're a little bit entitled, more so than people think, and we just want, we don't necessarily just want a club that tries. Well, we've been told by our chairman that he wants to be the best club in the world. So sorry if we may be expecting a bit of an upturn in certain things. I think that's kind of fair to maybe slowly adjust expectations. Let's not all kind of strop and cry for it immediately, but we don't need Mbappe in the door tomorrow. But
shut up, Alex. I'm stropping and crying. Lots of different reasons. Manchester have also just scored 2-1.
Oh dear.
Well, after such a good start.
Oh yeah, terrific.
Kevin Greener, been a member for 18 months now on the channel. Thanks, Kev. I think the decision on the stadium will be a good insight into PIF's ambition.
Oh, juicy.
Well, there's one important thing that we've not mentioned from today, Paul, that I think backs up all of this is the World Cup bid for 2034. So I think that essentially that's 10 years from right now. So they're going to want Newcastle to be in that best of the best bracket by the time the World Cup rocks around. They want their domestic leads to be really good, and they want us to also be up there. That's clearly part of the vision.
Ian Fleming, thank you for your super chat. Looking forward to July the 19th, guys, where my two clubs, the Toon and Celtic, are playing a friendly, it seems. Yeah, that was announced earlier on. And Ian Spoons again. Thank you, mate, for your super chat. Agree, Alex. I still trust the process and PIF. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. However, who is our first player of the evening to look at tonight, Alex?
It is somebody we've reviewed before.
Oh,
we're going to review him again.
Oh,
ta-da!
Johan Bakayoko. Bakayoko, yeah, man.
Bakayoko, let's go.
Bakayoko.
I think we've got our new Eki Teki. I think he's better to say than
Eki Teki. Bakayoko. Go on then, take it away, Alex. Let's have a look at him.
So I think people want a new right winger, even though Jacob Murphy has had a couple of good games in a row. We can't always trust him to do much more than that. And Miggy seemingly has, well, I don't even know how to describe his fall from grace. He didn't even get fully into grace to start off with, and then
I was going to say, Alex, come on, calm down, matey. Fall from grace. He had no grace anyway.
Fall from halfway up the mountain.
Yes.
So we need a new player on the right because for funny financial rule reasons, we had to sell the one that we went and found in Yankuba Minte, which is rather annoying. Who's doing quite well. He's still super raw, and Brighton are going to have to develop him. He's very much a diamond in the rough, but still a diamond. So this is possibly an answer. He's been linked on and off for the last sort of 12 months. He's very, very popular. He's popular in football games. He's popular in nerdy circles of football and people who like talking about transfers, and hipsters who watch funny leagues. And well, I say the Eredivisie is not really a funny league. It's quite a big league, to be fair.
Are you a
PSV
hipster?
Eindhoven. I do watch the Austrian Bundesliga, so some would say yes.
Okay.
Sturm Graz are a fantastic team. Let's not come for the Austrian Bundesliga. They're amazing. Anyway,
okay.
So this guy, is rather good on the right-hand side. He's a 21-year-old Belgian winger. They have, again, credited him with being both-footed, which I did kind of clarify last time. I'm still adamant he's left-footed. He's just not bad with his right foot, with the best of respects. So he has 5 goals so far in the league in the Netherlands, with 1 assist, running rather hot. So very sweaty there, with 5 goals from 2.2 XG. So he's doing very well in front of goal. Been really shortchanged by his teammates, though. Should have close to 3 assists, and he's on 1. So Luke de Jong, finish your dinner, son, up front for PSV, because he's seemingly not doing it. Champions League, 1 goal, 1 assist as well. Playing in a big league. So for people saying he's doing it in a farmers league, well, he's playing for Belgium and playing Champions League minutes. He's got 500 Champions League minutes. That's more Champions League minutes than any of our players have got this season. So it's not bad. And if we scroll down and have a look at the important stuff, it's nice data. Very, very nice data. Now, please, pinch of salts. Everybody get your pinch of salts out, because this is statistics. Well, not statistics. These percentiles, the green bars and the red bars, are all from the comparisons against the next best 14 divisions in world football. So the MLS, Belgium Pro League, the Eredivisie, places like that. So this is not against the big 5 leagues and Champions League minutes. It's still, however, if you look at the raw data, is quite filthy. 7.5 progressive carries per 90 is pretty absurd. I mean, for comparisons, if you want, we can pull up. I guess we can't pull up Jacob. I was going to pull up Jacob Murphy, but 7.53 is absurd. Just under 3 successful take-ons per 90 is great. It basically means if he runs it, he's fullback. But the fullbacks are terrified of him, put it that way. Shot volume is really high as well. Nearly 3.5 shots per game is a really nice metric. And we've been through a little bit of a funny period where we just weren't able to shoot as well. So it is nice having people who are brave, get their head up. Defensive statistics aren't fantastic, but again, let's remember PSV are an extremely dominant team in their country, in their division. Very, very good. So it depends on the structure of the team, whether they high press, and they probably have a lot more of the ball generally. So again, this doesn't help us too much. However, it helps us a little bit, because there are a couple of quite big names in there. Skov Olsen is quite highly respected. You've also got the Chelsea player Estevao, who is at Palmeiras. So the guy who is kicking up a bit of a fuss. There's loads of articles floating around going, oh my God, Chelsea have still got 2 Brazilians to go and join them next year. They have, by the way. They've bought loads of new players that are out on loan. So Chelsea are going to get even stronger next year. It's going to be ridiculous. Somerville was on this list, who, of course, we do quite like. We saw him play quite well for West Ham. We've been linked with him before as well. And Francisco Trincao, a few people have seen him play, and he's quite good. So a very, very impressive list.
Alex, may I ask, what is he like? What's his physicality like? How tall is he? Like all of that jazz.
Physical, quite physical. So 179, I would say, is 5'11 ish, just shy of 5'11, about Joe Willock kind of height.
Mm-hmm.
And he's, I would say, possibly a little bit meatier than Joe Willock. I think he's got a bit of power. He's definitely powerful. He's very, very powerful. Strengths of passing, positioning, and playmaking. Again, he loves going to the byline. He loves cutting inside. He's got kind of the, and Anthony Gordon, Harvey Barnes cut in, but he'll do it from the right. He's that guy, and he's a lot better with his left foot as well. So it's essentially tailor-made for the position we need. And if you look at his SofaScore ratings over the course of this calendar year, I mean, there's nothing that's dropped under a 6.9. So consistent output of high ratings as well. And if we scroll down, you've got lots of goals, Champions League appearances. So he most recently played last night. They lost 1-0 to Brest, unfortunately. And there's a nice name in here, guys, that you might remember.
They always double up top, Depressed. That's a problem, obviously, for PSV.
With Balda, yeah, and Del Castillo, I think his name is.
Oh, they actually do go two up top, would you? Bloody believe it. Hey! Never mind.
Well, a blast from the past, which everybody will know. He went to Racing Club de Lens, and we do love him. Masadio Haidara went on a free transfer to Brest in the summer, and he's doing quite well, actually. He's a very good player. Played loads of Champions League minutes over the last few years. So this is PSV. And there is very sad-looking Luke de Jong, who had a bit of a poor game. Noah Lang, who we've also looked at in previous transfer shows, but we want to look at this guy, Mr. Bakayoko. So how did he get on last night? Oh, he got replaced by Chucky. So Mr. Chucky Lozano, Irving Lozano. How did Bakayoko do then? A couple of shots off target, a shot blocked. Oh, we've jumped a bit. He got a couple of key passes, a cross, a long ball. Not as involved in the game, struggled. Difficult to know why. We'd have to go back and have a look. I did not watch the game last night, unfortunately. I was too busy planning for this and forgot it was on. So he recently played against Shakhtar Donetsk in the Champions League again and was out on the right and got an 8.5 with no goals or assists. So he must have had a blinder to get that high without scoring.
Like he played well.
Yeah, I don't know how you get such a high rating without scoring. He had 4 shots on target, 1 blocked, completed every dribble, 4 crosses, 4 key passes, 4 out of 7 ground drills. Yeah, okay. Monster. Absolute monster. What a nightmare to deal with. So he contributed to the absolute barrage of attacks that obviously came in from them. And again, you've got assist in the league. You've got games for the national team as well in the UEFA Nations League. Most recently played against Israel in a 1-0 loss. I did not realize Belgium lost to Israel. That's a bad showing from them. He did not start in a 4-2-3-1. How is he not getting in that team? What has he got to do to get in that team? Never mind. Oh, he got injured. Fair enough. Unlucky for him. Trossard took over. But yeah, let's get his transfer marked off, which is not loaded, unfortunately. So what are we thinking so far, guys?
He's got... Yes. I mean, look...
Wow. Deep. Thanks, Paul, for your input.
Hey, I'm thorough.
Yeah.
I tell you now, right? He's better than Almiron. And
he's definitely better than Almiron.
I think he's better than Murphy as well. So yes, an absolute yes.
And 21, young, ceiling not reached yet, room for development, playing for Belgium. Yes, all of that.
The question is, what sort of fee are we looking at, Alex? That's the main
my question was injuries. How is he looking?
We will have a look. But yeah, mini cheddars wise, you're going to have to empty the kitchen cupboard. He's going to be really expensive. He's going to be all of the cheese. His market value, according
mini cheddars, Alex. It's football.
Because it's biscuits.
Come on,
cheese. He's going to be expensive. The general transfer market value, which again is just a generalized thing, 45 mil. This is the kind of transfer where they can say, "Go fish, go fish, go fish." Twist, and because there will be no doubt there will be other suitors for his signature. So this will be quite a challenging one to land. Definitely, we'll have a look at the agency, which I didn't think we did last time. Let's have a look at. By the way, I just wanted to reference 18 caps for Belgium already. He's only 21 years old.
Alex, I just read out a super chat from Trolls. We wanted a club that tried, but we have evolved since, and the expectations will grow with it. That's just nature of football. Can't disagree with that at all. Sorry, Alex. Well, I mean, at least he hasn't got a penis injury.
Why would he have a penis injury?
Oh,
why would you go there?
Sam.
We've talked about breasts. Now we've had a penis injury. Jeez, he does not have a penis
Alex
injury.
Alex knows exactly what I'm talking about, and the viewers who
I
saw
can't
the
even remember who it was.
Don't say the viewers know what we're talking about. Now it sounds like Alex has got a penis injury. Can we just confirm what we're talking about?
One of the players was whoever, I can't remember the player who we reviewed, but he was injured about 2 or 3 times with some kind of penis injury.
Get in.
So,
Love
you
to
know,
meet his lass.
That was probably the problem. Yeah.
yeah.
Ooh, sorry, Alex.
Well, I mean, Bakayoko's not had that unfortunate luck. He was just ill for 4 days. And he missed the game.
Lovely.
I mean, it was, however, though. I mean, just I've got to go with it now. Paul's opened this door.
It was Leroy
strangely
Sané.
enough, it was on Valentine's Day that he was ill, so you never know. Maybe it wasn't just a general illness.
Yeah. It was Leroy Sané, the player we reviewed, Alex.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I don't know whether you get him on the screen just to show Sam what we're talking about, because she clearly doesn't believe us. While you're doing that, Nick Thornton, thank you for your super chat. Alex, Akiliouche starts for Monaco against Arsenal.
Akiliouche.
He
is fantastic, but we've not been linked with him again. I love Akiliouche. I think he's brilliant, but I'm waiting for another decent link before we review him again, because Bakayoko got linked by the Telegraph today. That's why we're doing him now, because it's a bit more. It's got a bit more substance to the rumor. Whereas Akiliouche we love, but we need a bit more. So Craig or Jordan, somebody go and write about Akiliouche so we can do him on another transfer show. Yeah, there we go, Sam. There's Leroy Sané. So this is what Paul was giggling about.
Yes, pubic irritation, Sam. Inflammation of the pubic bone. He's had a few pubic problems, it seems,
I mean,
Leroy
it's the
Sané.
bone. I'm not sure that's what it means, but...
It's not a penis injury.
Excuse me, but is your morning wood not called a bone, indeed coming from your pubic area? Therefore, it's a pubic bone. It's his cock.
Right, so I don't know who his agent is, because there's nobody else on this page. So his agency is that's the profile. Well, no, because normally it states relatives if that's the case, and it says SAAEPC is the player agent, and it takes you to this page with no address, no employees, with one player on the books and no information. Player and stuff. I don't know. I don't know what this one is. So we'll have to do some digging on him if we get linked with him again. But yeah, contract is probably a decent indicator of how much he might cost. It does expire in 2026 in the summer. So obviously at the end of this season, it's going to be summer of 2025. So only 1 year left on his contract. If we go in Jan, it will be 18 months. So that makes it a little bit more achievable. So for people thinking this might go up to sort of 60, 70, 80, the fact that there's quite a low amount of time left on the contract means that it's possibly negotiable. Is that a word? We want to sign it.
Negotiable,
basically.
Good.
I would take him in a heartbeat. I mean, the problem is the price. I mean, again, it's been reported today that we haven't even got 60 million quid to spend, but we've heard that before.
Can we just put it back on for 1 second, because I missed something that was quite important? Is his goal record, his goal contributions? Can he actually do it? Yes, he can. Last season, as a 20-year-old, he made 29 starts to help them win the title, scored 12 goals, assisted 9. So he very reminiscent of Sven Botman in that season when he won League before he joined us. This he's got a bit of winning, even though it's the Eredivisie, he's got that mentality already ingrained in him. So he's used to being a big player in a team pushing for a title. He's got that competitive edge, you would argue. And even as a 19-year-old, he's still got kind of 10 goal contributions. So
that's great. Eddie will think he looks great on the bench.
Yeah, he'll play Longstaff right wing, won't he? We jest, guys. Don't worry, we jest. Yeah, he's a definite yes for me. I think he's a fantastic player. And I know it's the Eredivisie, but he's done it for Belgium. He's a very, very talented player. And look, what you have to do is when you look at these players that are linked to us, you have to ask yourself, are they better than what we already have at the football club? And Bakayoko is definitely one of those. Nick says Bakayoko's fee is reported to be 40 to 45, as he's only got 18 months on his contract and won't. Well, I take it that means he won't sign a new deal. I've never heard of singing a new deal before, but I guess you could. But Nick's right. I mean, he's running out of contract and he's not signing a new one. So they want to cash in. Absolutely want to cash in. Right, next player we have. Now I haven't seen this, so again, let's just wait and see if I can pronounce it. Ladies and
bring
gentlemen.
him up.
Oh, you haven't brought him up
There
yet.
he is.
Oh, thank
apparently
you
his
to
page
everybody
is
in the chat who's
forbidden.
complimented my festive hat, by the way.
Yeah, we've had a few people ask where you got it from, Sam.
It's fabulous, isn't it? My mum customised it for us.
Your mum? Did you not think
cool?
about asking your mum to make some for your TTR colleagues?
Did you not think about sending me a TTR hoodie or some type of thing with TTR on, since I'm on the show all the damn time and don't have anything related to TTR? But yeah, no, let's
Bloody hell, it's
continue.
cold,
Alex,
Hey,
who's next?
Susan's on with doing that. Don't you worry, right? We are in progress, Sam. That was very bitchy for it.
Oh, she's quick.
Yes. Anyway, next player is Kevin Zenon.
Let's go to his FB ref. It's just because he hasn't got a picture, so I needed to give you a little bit of a, show you guys the face.
See what he looks like, yeah.
So Kevin, I don't know how they say it in Argentina. Kevin Andres Zenon. Again, they've lost the accent here, but there's an accent on SofaScore. So we will never know.
So I was right when I said Zenon because there's no accent there. So shut up, Alex, and just view the player.
The accent would be over the opal, so that would not make the Z change. Anyway, so he is another right winger. So another winger that we potentially do need. So he is a left-footed player. Somebody saying we've got two left wingers. He's not a left winger. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's not a left winger. I mean, okay, he might be a left winger. We're looking at him anyway. We're looking at him anyway.
Yes, we are. I know he's been linked. Definitely, it was earlier this week. So yes,
so we've done him on a show before. We have covered Zenon before. As far as I remember, because I was just flicking back through old notes, I'm pretty sure he was Barco's replacement when Barco went to Brighton. So everybody liked Barco. He was is it Ezekiel Barco? I think his name is. Everybody really liked him from South America, wanted to sign him. Brighton got him, and then Kevin Zenon came on and did the little replacement. So 23-year-old winger, left-footed. Again, so even though he plays on the left, he is left-footed. So it's very different to the left wingers we've got at the moment. So there's an argument to be made he could play on the right. We will have a look. So 2 goals and 1 assist.
He used to be a left back, and he moved to left wing.
A little bit like Barco as well. It was a like-for-like replacement. So, so a couple of goals and 1 assist in Liga Argentina, with basically, again, shortchanged. People not helping these wingers out. Should have 3 assists, is only on 1. And Sudamericana getting 2 goals and 2 assists in under 500 minutes is very, very, very nice. Some statistics for you. He is not quite as much of a successful dribbler as Bakayoko was, with about 3 progressive carries per 90 and 2 successful take-ons per 90, which, by the way, shows how good Bakayoko is, because this is still in the top several percent in the next 14. So Bakayoko is just like way out there as a bit of an alien in his data. That's why he's so expensive. Shot volume is just under 2. So again, a lot of this is highlighting how good Bakayoko was in the previous metrics. But again, this guy is a little bit more defensive. Although this would not suggest that. You've got to remember they're a big team in their league as well. Shot creating actions, 3.43. Very, very good at ball progressing. Is a very, I would say, decent technical player and has played in multiple positions. Versatile. 23, so a good age as well. He has got Kieran Dewsbury Hall on this list in terms of why is he on here? Is that because he's got Leicester data from last year? It might be.
I would think so. It can't be for this year because he doesn't play.
So career to date so far from Union in Argentina, and then got the transfer to Boca Juniors.
Alex, you do realise you can say Argentina. You don't have to.
I like the continental.
I know you do, Sam. I know you do. I know.
I mean, if it was a language I couldn't speak, then I wouldn't try and put it on. But the fact that I lived in Spain, I feel like that qualifies me somewhat to try. So here he is. Here he is on his transfer marked. I need to try and remember. If anybody remembers how to use transfer mark better than I do, there is a way to see minutes or appearances by position. Can't remember how to do it. So I just want to try and see if he's ever played on the right. Possibly not. Again, I don't think it's beyond the realms of possibility that this guy could play somewhere else on the pitch. But yeah, we'll see. So he is contracted until 2028. And again, because he's in South America, they have wonky, floppy seasons, and he finishes at the end of the year. So finishes at basically the end of December. So what would that be? That would be 3.5 years in the summer, if I can count. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, ish.
Yeah.
Player agent, Inter players. Who are these? So they are based in Argentina. Do we know anybody? We don't. Do we have any? We don't have any more Argentinians, do we? I mean, the last person we have, I think, was Federico Fernandez. Was the last person we had of that kind of South American ilk. We've not really got anybody left in the squad apart from Miggy and then the Brazilians. So not really anybody I think we're going to know in this list. There might be some players who have popped up in the Premier League. You know, we've got Lamela in there. So there are possibilities. We've had a chat with this agency before. Not super likely, though. And in terms of his SOFA score, some nice, steady data there. So decent ratings. High pressing and playmaking as a strength. So lots of energy. Eddie would love that. And if we scroll down, we can have a look at some recent games. He's done he scored a goal. He's done a football with an 8.6 against Newell's. Oh, boys. Well done. And where was he? Oh, of course, they've got Cavani there, haven't they? So Edson Cavani does play for Boca Juniors now, guys. So they've gone for a 4-4-2. God, the world...
he played on the right. He played on the right.
He did play on the right.
Interesting.
So Mr. Perch, he's playing on the right.
Yes.
Ooh, it looks like he played on both sides. He played 84 minutes, scored a goal from the right. Arguably deserved an assist as well. Look at that. 0.93 expected assists in that game, but didn't get an assist. So clearly played someone clean through on goal and they bottled it. We know somebody who does that for us. 4 key passes, 3 accurate crosses, 3 accurate long balls. What else have we got? 1 completed dribble.
Well, I know my camera's frozen again. Bear with me, guys. Keep going, Alex.
You're in your mini box anyway. It doesn't matter. It's fine.
I know, but I think it's my capture card that's knackered.
Oh.
Physicality is possibly one thing that would concern me. I haven't watched him play recently. I did a lot. Wow, he doesn't look like the strongest player. And for every time I check duels, it doesn't look fantastic. And I don't remember him being overly physical the last time I watched him. So, yeah, he played on the right last time as well. It does look like he's starting to be used on the right-hand side.
Interesting.
So Lucas Janssen, he got subbed off for 76 minutes again on the right in a 4-4-2. 4 key passes. Again, he's being responsible for a lot of creation here. 12 crosses attempted. So clearly a lot of deep crosses. A shot on, a shot off, a shot blocked. 3 out of 7 ground. I mean, it's good data. It's good metrics. He's playing for a top side. He's getting experience on the right. I do have reservations about his physicality. I mean, let's go and have a look at one more game and just kind of give him the benefit of the doubt. Oh my God, what happened here? I love looking at South American football because it's just mental. So he played on the left in a 4-3-3, so a little bit different. So he's had 2 and fantastic data again there as well, to be fair to him.
How
4
old is
accurate
he?
crosses. He's 23 years old. So it was only the last 2 games Paulie started at right wing. So we'd have to double check how many appearances he's made.
Yeah.
He's also got some interesting games. He played against Tigre as well. So there he is. Some general statistics for you guys to look at, but not quite as physical. He's a left back converted to left mid, technical, pacey, and looks like he's maybe being converted and groomed to be a right-sided player for Boca Juniors. Very possible that he makes a move to Europe. Maybe not in January, but at some point in the next 12 to 18 months, I could see this guy coming to Europe, definitely.
I'd still take Bakayoko over him, I have to say. The fact that he's probably
cheaper.
Yeah, he would be cheaper, but he's more of a left-sided player. And he's played more on the left wing than he has on the right, which would worry me a little bit. We need an out-and-out right-sided player who was played there, who is a proper right-sided player. If we signed him, it's like a few people are saying in the chat, it's going square pegs in round holes.
Not necessarily, but you've got to take a step back and realize that we can't go out and sign the obvious round pegs that fit the perfect round hole, because we're not going to be able to afford that. We've not got the financial ability to go and do that under the current rule set. So we're going to have to get creative, and it's a bit of a strategy where if we go too low risk, we're going to stall. Maybe we have to roll the dice a little bit, which is why we've brought in somebody with the recruitment experience of Paul Mitchell, because we need to, if we're going to roll dice, we've got to be damn sure it's going to work, which is really hard in football transfers. But
Sam, what do you reckon?
No. Just a no from me. Not that his stats didn't look great, but I mean, does Eddie dress to the left or something? I'm sick of seeing left-sided players. We need a right winger, and I get what you're saying, Alex, about it's square pegs round holes. We need to get creative. I'm totally all for getting creative, but I think we can at least stoop for somebody who that's the position that they prefer to play in. For me,
Todd Bowley says he's not too convinced on Kevin. Obviously, Todd Bowley watches these transfer shows all the time because most of the people that we feature on here end up at Chelsea. Funny enough, which is how it's been for a couple of seasons.
I think most club YouTube channels that do transfer shows have the same issue, because Chelsea, just the volume of players that they buy.
Yeah, well, absolutely. But maybe it's somebody that he doesn't want to buy. Have we got one more player to put in tonight, Alex?
Yeah, there's one that got relinked again today, which, I've not even looked at him since the last time we've talked about him. So you'll have to bear with me a second and read some comments, maybe.
Top Boy Junior says, surely bringing in Ardagila on loan should be looked at. That was mentioned about a month ago, but we did actually look at him on a transfer show as well. But I don't see that happening. I really don't see that happening. Glenn says, does Eddie dress to the left? Possibly.
He definitely favours the left.
Possibly. Peter says Bakayoko to Chelsea and Madueke to us. Todd?
Can we not have somebody else's sloppy seconds? Can we not just buy a player that we want?
Sloppy seconds. Do you have to go there? Really? By the way,
Keith, we did our own unearthing.
Yeah, Keith Truscott, thank you for your super chat, buddy. He says, hi, guys, late to the party. So going to the beginning, very concerned about Sandro rumours. Hope it's crap. It's crap, mate. And as bollocks are frozen again. I can't wait to end it. I need a new capture card. It clearly, there's something wrong with it. My camera is working fine. Clearly, there is a problem with my capture card here. I've tried.
Maybe it's you.
No, it's not me, Sam. So behave. It's a problem with my capture card because it has to be. There's no other reason. The camera's working fine. The connections are all working fine. It's a bollocks card. Anyway, let's look at our final player of the evening, Michael Kayode. Michael Olabola. Oh, no, it's not Olabola. Wooly Bully.
It is now.
Michael Olabody Kayode.
I'll take it.
Wow, that makes a change. I thought I'd butchered it there, but never mind. I'll take it.
Close enough. So I believe we've reviewed him before. I've had him planned for a previous show. I don't know if he got onto it though. He might have done. So we've been relinked to him today by the Chronicle and a couple of other sources. But to be fair, it's actually not a terrible Chronicle article. So it's pretty spot on as far as when I've read it. So he is a right back. And this has been written with the under the sort of the pretense that Trippier might disappear in January, which would be a little bit concerning. I'd rather try and keep everybody till the end of the season, unless it's an out for in like a sort of Miggy or something like that. I wouldn't really want to lose Trippier mid-season. That's personally. So this is apparently, if that happens, we're looking at somebody like him. There have been others mentioned, of course, Ivan Fresneda, who we've looked at many times, the young Spaniard. Also, Simikan, who, of course, went to Saudi Arabia. So here he is. Only 37 minutes in Serie A so far this season for Fiorentina, with considerably more minutes in the Conference League. 266 is where he's getting a lot of his appearances. He is only 20 years old. So if we scroll down and have a look at some data, it is close to 1,500 minutes worth of data. So it is a fair assessment, and seems okay. A reasonable spread here. Sort of middle of the park for progressive passes and carries, decent for successful take-ons, careful with the ball, and reasonable in defensive data as well. Above average for tackles. Again, a 20-year-old with a lot of room to grow. In terms of similar players, you've got Matty Cash on here from Villa. You've got Semedo from Wolves, Ryerson at Dortmund. So some quite flattering players in there. Christensen at Frankfurt as well. So not bad. What did he play last season? He did get 22 appearances last season, 2,000 minutes with a goal and assist. So it's not his breakthrough year. That was last season. So I'm not sure who is playing in front of him. It looks like he's had a couple of niggles, but they look like they were quite short niggles towards the end of the season. So number 33, he's 179, which is what, again, about just shy of 5'11". Strength of ground duels, so quite physical. Does seem to have a decent valuation at 21 mil as well. Let's have a look at how he's doing recently, shall we? Played in the Conference League up there. What else we got? Italy U21s on the bench. And then more recently on the bench against Cagliari, Empoli, Inter was postponed. So played against Paphos, the Greek team. Not the Greek team, the Cypriot team. Is it Cyprus? Paphos is Cyprus, isn't it? I think it is. Don't worry, guys. I'll help myself. So where is he? He is apparently on the bench. Oh, fantastic. Kayode, there he is. So he replaced Adodo at on the 62nd minute. Only got about half an hour and basically did nothing. So there's not really too much to go on so far this season. It looks like he's been used sparingly. And the starting right back seems to be, I mean, if I can get the teams the right way around, Fiorentina is here. So who is Mr. Dodo and why is he playing above him all the time?
Mr. Dodo?
Can we have him instead?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's a 26-year-old Brazilian, but I mean, he's quite short as well. So,
well, what's his size got to do with it? I looks on the right-hand side. If he's
a
a right
fullback
winger,
in the Premier League. No, he's a defender, a right back. Well, what's 166? That's 5'7".
I've heard it's what you do.
More less than that. 5'6".
You behave, Sam. Trippier's not that tall, is he?
Yeah, but Trippier is an anomaly in terms of winning his aerial duels. Like Kieran Trippier's duels are just absurd.
I beg your pardon.
He's so good in the air, considering how tall. I mean, he's 5'10", so he's not as small as people think he is. And his aerial win rate for somebody who's 5'10" is really good. Considering you often get centre forwards peel off into the channel and try and win a header against Trippier. He's really good at it. Look at that data, by the way. People saying that Kieran's done. Absolutely not. We need him back.
Well, we do need him back. We need him back in a bloody hurry because I don't think Livermento's performing very well, and I think we need his leadership on the pitch because without his leadership, we are poo-poo. There's no other players on that pitch will give a bollocking like Trippier will. He's not frightened of bollock players, whereas some others are. Just a thought.
Maybe Byrne is the only person.
Well, I've never seen Dan Byrne do it, to be honest. But then Trippier's getting Trippier's getting on in life. We'll possibly need somebody else coming in.
Getting on in life?
No.
He's 34.
Yeah, football in terms though, Alex. I mean, I know what you mean, but football in terms he is, isn't he? I don't know. I just think you were very sizist there, Alex, when you mentioned the player's height. I mean,
166 centimetre fullback in the Premier League. They're going to have to be an exceptional talent for that to work.
well, yeah, but
which
you're
he
only
might
4'6", Alex. So I mean,
He's not a fullback in the blooming Premier League. Doesn't need to be.
That's a very, very good point. Very good point indeed. Anyway, we've come to the end of the show. So thank you everybody for what. Oh, we better check the poll, eh? We better check the poll.
What the poll?
New stadium was the poll tonight. Yes or no? What do you reckon, guys? What do you reckon?
Yes.
Well,
I'm distracted because somebody's just said that that Wilson's injured again, and I'm scared. Hang on,
What?
I'm gonna type in Craig Hope into Twitter. If you're trolling, you're in trouble. Oh no, I don't think he's wrong. Oh,
are you kidding me?
Oh no!
Are you fucking jesting?
Press the button, Paul. Put it on the screen.
Oh, fuck off! Fuck right off! Piss off now! Get him sold! Bollocks to this shit! That is absolutely fucking ridiculous! That is absolutely ridiculous! Bollocks! Hey, this isn't funny anymore. It's just not funny anymore. It's a load of bollocks, is what it is. This is not funny anymore, guys. It's literally, we've got Isak and that's it.
So we can't use him and we can't sell him either.
What's happened to his hamstring now? Is it just? I mean, LG says he fell over Target's Xmas cream and pulled his hamstring.
Behave.
I mean, what is this guy doing? Seriously, what is Callum Wilson doing?
Well, at least he could go rejoin Matt Ritchie at Portsmouth at the end of the season when his contract expires.
For God's sake, just fuck him off, man. Get him out. Just get
no one's going to buy him, though.
Nobody will buy him.
No one's going to buy him.
What's the point of buying somebody he's got muscles worse than elastic bands?
I feel sorry for him.
Ridiculous, man.
He got a little bit frustrated in his program and his little interview about the doubters and stuff and what he's done for the club. And I think he needs to remember that we don't forget that. We're not disputing how important he's been, but as a fan base, this is hard to take. Like we want him to play, same as he wants to play.
Aaron's right. Aaron put it. If he was a dog, you'd put him down, of course.
Well, but Amy Andrews has scored for the Lasses.
2-2. Who scored?
Amy Andrews. Get on.
Hey, flying 2-2.
Yes. Carry on. Sorry. Go back to being angry.
James says Paulie's made a glass. Release him, set him free, and buy a new striker. I mean, you couldn't. This is unbelievable. We all said it, though, didn't we? We all said he'd come back for a couple of games and then he'd be out again for another few months.
He's not even started yet either.
You can't even trust him anymore, man. Come on.
And we gave him. Bunce came in. We gave him surgery. A really relaxed run back into the side with careful training, and it's still gone wrong. So I feel like we've tried everything at this point. It's not
unless
Callum, but...
let's play a bit of devil's advocate.
It's mind games.
Unless West Ham and Leicester have been interested in him today. So do Newcastle say he's injured so he doesn't play up until the transfer window?
That's an excessive mind game. I don't know if Eddie would be on board with that.
Well, you never know.
I don't think so. Because Callum would have to be on it. Howe would have to be on it. And I don't think that's something that he would do. Based on his interviews and how he holds himself, I can't see that. I can't see him being part of a little game like that.
And I don't think we have the luxury of playing a game. I think we would need him and want to use him should we require.
Well, Ali B says, we understand the 32-year-old felt the tightness in his hamstring after coming on for the final 17 minutes during Saturday's 4-2 defeat at Brentford. He didn't even fucking run, man! He did nothing to pull his hamstring or get it tight. What the hell? I mean, come on, am I wrong? He did nothing against Brentford. He didn't move. Christ
So
almighty!
against Brentford, where is he? Callum Wilson had. Let's get rid of the dodo.
You know,
He played
Garant's
17
right.
minutes.
Garant's right. He'd get injured having a shit. Honestly, it's ridiculous. Gary Clark, thank you for your super chat. All other things can wait. Get the striker. Okay.
Well, he played 17 minutes, touched the ball 7 times, completed no dribbles, won no duels, and had a tight hamstring.
Wowza.
I mean, tight hamstring.
Are you
guess
okay,
Isak's
Paul?
going to get run into the ground now.
No, my camera's decided to freeze at a very important time when I'm
mid-rant.
that should be the thumbnail for when I do a video about Callum Wilson's next injury.
Just screenshot that. That's perfect.
Just screenshot that. Yeah, that just says it all, doesn't it? I'm not putting my camera back on, guys. I can't be fucking asked. My capture card is just as bad as Callum Wilson's fucking muscles, to be honest. Absolute shite. Anyway, I'll try and put my camera back on because it's offending me.
We want to see your lovely face. Please put it back on.
Sam, you're such a liar. Anyway, 78% want a new stadium. And 22% want to stay at St James's Park. So there you have it, ladies and gents. That is the way it is.
Tis the way.
Tis the way. But anyway, I'll look more into this Callum Wilson injury and expect a video tomorrow. Probably in the morning, guys. But yeah, he's out again. Fuck it. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Thank you for your super chats, memberships, etc., and your gifted memberships. Thank you so much for that. Mods, you've been fantastic again. Thank you to Alex and Sam. Well, sod off to my camera, basically. You pile of utter shite capture card, whatever it is that's going wrong. I will have to sort that out now. So not only do pugs piss on me MacBook, me capture card then decides it's going to keep me freezing all the time. Wonderful, wonderful. I may have to ditch the MacBook and go to Windows, although that's a dodgy thing to do. I mean, what do you use?
I think they hold up all right as long as you don't pee on them generally, Paul.
Yeah.
How did a pug pee on your laptop? Was it not on your desk?
No, because my desk is in the next house down and the studio is in the next house down.
You left it on the
Well, no,
floor
I don't expect to leave my laptop on the side of the couch and Reggie to come over and cock his leg on it. Although the little twat is pissing everywhere in the house at the minute. It must be some territorial thing. So I'm going to chop his nuts off. Because apparently that is one thing you can do to stop that territorial thing, is chop the bastard's nuts off. So I think I'm going to have to do that at some point. But yeah, either that or I now need a new MacBook. If the MacBook's completely knackered, which I don't think it is, I think it's my capture card. I'll try and order a new one and then see what that one's like. But anyway, yeah, it's stressful times right now. Stressful times. I've got enough to worry about without my computer going down on us, man. You know, I've you know, everything my family's going through. I need reliability. Anyone want to buy us a MacBook, guys? You know, just to support the channel and that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. It's been a pleasure. We are back tomorrow night, of course, with the preview for the Leicester City game, which is, of course, on Saturday afternoon. And, well, there will be a video tomorrow. I have a feeling. So keep your eyes open for that. But in the meantime, enjoy the rest of the evening, folks. And we'll see you all again tomorrow. Good night.
Away the lads and lasses.
Come back and check out some green.